And think about this. Now, this is factual. Just think about this. Every single impediment that's in the way of middle-class folks making it, every single serious problem this nation faces, from its energy crisis straight through to the health care concerns, all the way dealing with education, name them all. Name me one single thing that John McCain and Sarah Palin are talking about on the major issues, the issues that affect our lives and our security. Name me one where they disagree with George W. Bush. So don't tell me about change, John. I'm in the show me stage. Show me what you're doing. Show me. Tell me what it is. Show me. Ladies and gentlemen, as Barack Obama said the other day, what did they think was stupid? Well, I'm going to tell you, it's true. The Republican tickets come up with a few changes. First, on health care, they're going to change it. They want to, for the first time in American history, tax your health care benefits. Not a joke. I'm not making this up. I am not making this up. Remember, there used to be a program 100 years ago that Walter Brennan was in. God rest his soul. He used to say, "Ain't brag, man, just fact." Here are the facts. John McCain has reached down into the neoconservative economic gospel and pulled out a proposition that makes some economic sense. Bad for America, but economic sense. He says that there's no difference between your employer raising your salary $1 and giving you an extra $1 in health care. Well, the average health care, how many of you have health care plans through your employers? Raise your hand. Well, guess what? The average value of each of your health care plans is around $12,000. So if you're making $50,000, you pay taxes on, when you file your taxes, on $50 grand, whatever that tax is, or 60, or 40, or 70, or 90, or 120. Well, if your health care plan is worth $12,000, what John is proposing, and the governor from Alaska, is the following. If your pay is $50 grand and the health care is worth $12,000, you will now have to file taxes and pay taxes on $62,000. So that's a change. That's one change I can think of John has in mind. You know, we've got another change in health care. The other change in health care is going to give everybody a $5,000 tax credit. Well, that's a good idea, but your health care plan's worth $12,000. As soon as he gives you $5,000, a lot of employers are going to say, "Hey, I don't have to Guess what? We don't expect the government to solve our problems. We don't. My dad used to say, I don't expect the government to solve my problem, but at least, Joey, I expect them to understand my problem. Just understand my problem. And let me tell you, I don't treat 84,000 people lose their job as a statistic. That's 84,000 individuals who've had their dignity stripped from them, whose own sense of self-worth has been diminished because they've been left out there. Almost all of them lost their jobs through no fault of their own. They did everything by the numbers. They worked hard. They showed up at work. They punched the clock. They showed up in the office. They got the degree they needed. And one day they walked in and they said, guess what? Your job's gone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is about the dignity of work, not just the ability to take care of your family. And look what's left behind. And we talk about this like it's a statistic. These are people. These are individuals whose whole notion of the American dream has been put on hold. And the worst part is, unlike other economic downturns, they look around and they see, like you saw, right? The job is gone. It's not that there's been a slowdown and a layoff like back in the 70s and the 80s and the early 90s. The job's gone. Ladies and gentlemen, John McCain, as my mother would say, God love him. John McCain says, quote, the fundamentals of our economy are strong. John McCain said that under George Bush we've made great progress economically. You know, I can walk from here to Springfield. I doubt I'd find anybody who'd say we're making great progress economically unless I accidentally bumped into John McCain. You know, John McCain said timeline is surrender. Surrender. I love that phrase. Guess what? George Bush, President Bush, is negotiating an agreement with Mr. Maliki, the Prime Minister of Iraq, that's going to be placed on my desk as Chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee if they follow the Constitution relatively soon. It says we're setting a timeline to draw down American forces in Iraq, shifting responsibilities to the Iraqis. Ladies and gentlemen, the only guy still left out there around the world is John McCain. Barack Obama was right.